This video is going to walk you through the basics of how to perform an inspection. Please check out our other videos for further details on specific features and additional app settings. After you log in, you will see this home screen. Your name will appear here in black where it says Demo Account. Your location's name and address will be here in blue. The red No Inspections are queued means you don't have any pending incomplete inspections or any completed inspections ready to be uploaded to the server. If you have access to more than one location, click on these three dots and choose your location from the dropdown. To start an inspection, click on Select Truss and open your job file. You'll be asked to verify the job name. This comes over directly from the design file, but if you need to make any modifications, you can click in here and manually type in your changes. Click OK, and this will bring you to the main inspection screen. Some basic truss information is over on the left, and you can see your full image of the truss. If you click on any of the joints or members, additional information will pop up on the left. We're going to start from the bottom left and move through the buttons to the right. This source button is to change your image source to front or rear camera. I'm using image upload for this demo, but you can also change your image source throughout the inspection process. The Add Notes button is for any general inspection comments and notes, and they're cumulative throughout the inspection process, and these will also go on your final inspection report. To begin, click on the green Start Inspection button. This is the inspection information screen. You're going to select your setup, your shift, and your crew from the drop-down menus. This information is coming over from what your location has entered in on the Settings tab on the Digital QC website. The inspector will always say your name and cannot be modified, and the build date defaults to today's date, but if you need to backdate the build date, you can click in here, choose your build date from the calendar, click OK, and it will backdate that build date. Moving from the bottom left to right again, click on Record Length and Height. The information on the left is coming over from the design file, and the information on the right is your actual measurement. So if you measure your truss and it's something different, you can click in here to manually type in your number, or you can use the plus or minus signs to go up or down 16ths, inches, or feet. Once you have your measurement entered, click Save and Go Back, and then Save and Go Back. The next step is the orange lumber button. This is a list of all members with their specifications. I know you're not a lumber grader, but this is meant to visually inspect each member. Look for the lumber stamp, look for any lumber defects. You can mark them off individually, or if you're looking at your entire truss as a whole and all the lumber is good, you can use this orange Mark All OK button to mark your remaining list off as OK. If there are significant issues with a member, leave that box unchecked and it will mark the lumber as out of conformance. If you need to make any notes about the lumber, you can do so here with the Notes button, and then click Save and Go Back. Now we're going to move on to the orange Joints button. This will bring you to the joint inspection page. Up at the top, you see we're on the front side of the truss, and these are your remaining joints left to inspect. As you start inspecting, these numbers will start to fall off of this list. If you need some quick help, this question mark will give you a checklist with some tips. Any plates that are gray are non-critical joints, and any plates that are red, yellow, or orange will be your critical joints depending on the JSI. Gray plates will have a JSI below a 0.8, yellow is 0.8 to 0.9, orange is 0.9 to 0.95, and red is 0.95 and above. If all of your joints are gray, either you don't have any joints with a JSI above a 0.8, or your job file does not have the necessary joint information. If the latter is the case, you will need to update your settings in your design software for the correct information to output to your job file. We're going to start with a non-critical joint, joint 2. If you double click in here, you will get to this page. You'll see that we're on the visual inspection. You go through and answer your questions. Is the plate installed? Is the plate integrity okay? Is this the correct plate type and size? If the installed plate is something different, you would click on this Install Plate button and choose your actual plate from this drop-down menu. Answer your remaining questions. Are the member gaps okay? Rotation, position, embedment okay? If you do answer no to any of these questions on the visual inspection, it will mark that joint as out of conformance. If the answer is yes, you just click on Save, and you're back at the joint inspection page, and the green check mark means you did a visual inspection of that joint and it passed. We're going to move on to a critical joint, joint 9. So if you double click on your joint, you will need to change it to critical joint detailed inspection. Go through and answer your questions, and then once you hit continue, this is going to prompt your camera to open up. You will see an overlay that looks very similar to this, so you line up your plate in the overlay and click Take Photo, and then you will come to this screen. From here, you will line up your plate in between the yellow and blue box and click Set Plate. When you're using a touch screen, you can pinch and zoom and rotate, and the software will attempt to select the plate corners. If it's not exact, like you see here, you can click on Select Corners to manually drag these crosshairs into your exact corners. Once you have your corners set, click OK. And you can also use the slot layout button to toggle the layout of your teeth if you need. Click Done, and then the next step is to line up your lumber in between the red lines. Click and drag and get your lumber lined up as best you can, and click Lock Template. Once your template is locked, you will see more buttons that pop up in the top right. The top 3 buttons are your plate embedment gap. You can either set all gaps to 0 inches, all to 1/32, or if each member has a different gap, you can click on the gap button to manually tap on each member and enter its gap. And the next 2 buttons are to mark ineffective teeth. The lumber button is to mark any ineffective teeth due to lumber defects such as wane or knots. This truss looks really good, but I'm going to mark off a bunch of ineffective teeth for this demo because I want this truss to fail. When you're marking ineffective teeth, when you click one time, it marks both sides. Clicking again, just the left side. Again, just the right side. And clicking it again will clear it. The next step is the plate button. This is to mark any ineffective teeth due to plate defects, such as rolled teeth or hammer marks. Again, this one looks good, but I want this to fail for conversation's sake. Once you have all of your ineffective teeth marked, click on the green Analyze button. This will bring you to the analysis screen where you can see that it's outside of the tolerance due to all of the ineffective teeth that I marked. You'll see your photo with your polygon and a summary brief over on the left. If you need to make any changes, you can click Delete, and it will bring you back to this screen, make any changes you need, click Analyze again, and you're back to the analysis screen. If you're satisfied with your inspection, you can click on Save, and now you're back at the joint inspection page. The blue C means you did a critical joint detailed inspection, and the red X means that it failed. You will go through and do that same process with any additional critical joints. Otherwise, if you visually inspect your entire truss and you know that the answer to every single question on the visual inspection will be yes for your remaining joints, you can use the Set OK Remaining Front button to mark your remaining joints off as OK. You see up at the top, the front side is now complete, so we need to switch to the back side. Click on Switch to Back Side, and you'll see up at the top, the back side is now showing with your remaining joints left to inspect. When you flip to the back side, this is now a mirrored image, so that joint 9 we just did is now over here on the left. Any critical joints you do on the front side also need to be done on the back. I will go through the critical joint process one more time a little bit quicker. Double click on your joint, change it to Critical Joint Detailed Inspection, answer your questions, click Continue. This will prompt your camera to open up with a very similar overlay. Line up your plate, click Take Photo, and you'll get to this screen. Make sure your plate is lined up in between the yellow and blue box. Click Set Plate. Click on Select Corners if you need to adjust the corners. Manually drag these crosshairs in. Click OK. Toggle the slot layout of your teeth if you need to. Click Done. Line up your lumber in between the red lines. Lock Template. Choose your plate embedment gap. Mark any ineffective teeth due to lumber defects such as wane or knots. Mark any ineffective teeth due to plate defects such as rolled teeth or hammer marks, and then click Analyze. This is what the analysis screen looks like if your joint passes. If you're satisfied, click on Save, and we're back at the joint inspection page. Again, the blue C means you did a critical joint detailed inspection, and the green check mark means that it passed. Again, if you know the answer will be yes to every single question for all of your remaining joints on the visual inspection, you can use the Set OK Remaining Back button to mark your remaining joints off as OK. Now up at the top, the back side is now complete. Your final step is to click the Back button and then Home, and you'll get a checklist that your inspection is complete. If you missed entering in any information, the software will give you a pop-up box and tell you what you missed, and you have the opportunity to go back and enter in any missing information. Our inspection is complete, so if you scroll down on this list, you'll see the length, the height, and the members they all passed. We did have a joint that was out of conformance, and it's written here in orange to kind of tip you off to use the orange sign-off notes button. Entering your inspection sign-off notes is mandatory. The notes can be brief, you just need to state what was wrong with the truss and what you did to repair it. So here we're just saying that joint 9 had ineffective teeth, we're upsizing the plate to a 5x7. You also have the opportunity to take an optional image of your corrected joint if you wish. Both the sign-off notes and the optional photo will be on your final inspection report. Click OK, and then click Complete Inspection. A browser will pop up of a draft of your final inspection report. You can scroll through here, and if all of this information looks good, you can close this out and go back to the app, and you'll see here in red, we now have one inspection queued. So that means we have one completed inspection that is ready to be uploaded to the server or the Digital QC website. You just need to click on the upload button, and this just takes a second. And this is uploading it to the Digital QC server, and now it says no inspections are queued, so that was uploaded successfully. To quickly get to the Digital QC website, you can click on the Reports button, and you'll get a browser pop-up with the login page. This concludes the basics of how to complete an inspection. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. Thank you for watching.